Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Mahmud Hassan, Assistant Teacher, Agriculture, Greenfield School and College. Dear student of class 7, today I am going to discuss about influence of adverse weather and climate on crop production. This is under chapter 4, lesson 6. In the last class, I have discussed about lesson 5. Lesson 5 is about influence of weather and climate on crop production. Now I am going to discuss about influence of adverse weather and climate on crop production. Crop production increases when the weather and climate are in favor. But in adverse weather and climate, crops production decrease or it may cause total crop loss. In this chapter, we will discuss different type of adverse weather and we will learn about the damages caused by such weather. Number 1, heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall is a adverse situation. When it rains more than usually it does, we call it heavy rainfall. Heavy downpour in the rainy season impedes the production of vegetables. Vegetable plants lean on the ground because of excessive rain, and their leaves, flowers and fruits get damaged. Heavy rain may cause flash flood and waterlogging. Flood and waterlogging result in oxygen deficiency in the soil. In this situation, the growth of plants and their production suffer from damages. Various plants like papaya, jackfruit, etc. even die in such condition. Due to heavy rainfall, the outlet of stagnant water is to be done. Number 2, hailstorm. When the rain drops in the shape of ice balls, it is called hailstorm. In Bangladesh, hailstorms occur in the month of Chaitra and Boishakh almost every year. Downpour of hail in the southeastern part is more than that of in the northern part. In most of the cases, hail accompanies nor'westers. Hailstorms cause huge damages to the crops, especially leaves, flowers and fruit suffer extreme injury due to hailstorm. Hailstorm active for a few minutes can totally damage a crop like boro rice, jute, mango, banana, onion and garlic in our country. Now, number 3, drought. When there is not enough rain for a long period, it is called drought. In our country, when it does not rain continuously for 20 days or more during the month of Chaitra and Kartik, it is called drought. Soil gradually suffers from moisture shortage because of the dearth of downpour. The amount of water that plants release through transpiration is more than the amount they can absorb from soil. During drought, the condition of water deficiency continuous hindering growth and development of the plants. This state is known as drought afflicted situation. Crops wilt away because of drought, and if the drought is acute, plants may dry up and die. As a result, the production reduces drastically. Drought is divided into three forms on the basis of damage caused to crops. Example: severe drought, moderate drought, and ordinary drought. We suffer from 70 to 90% harvest deficit during severe drought. The deficit is 40 to 70% in moderate drought and 15 to 40% in ordinary drought. Crops suffer from drought in almost all seasons in Bangladesh. Rajshahi, Chapainawabganj, Nator, Dinajpur, Rangpur, Bogra, Kushtia, Jashore, and Madhupur regions experience severe to moderate drought almost every year. Look at this picture. Picture 4.9 is about a flood, and picture 4.10 is about drought stricken paddy field. Damage and loss of crops depend on flood water level, flow of flood water, and prolongation. Flood water inundates low and mid-low land areas. For this, field of crops, especially paddy field, go under water. Usually at the time of sowing or post-sowing period, almond rice suffers damage because of flood, but Boro rice sustains loss from flood caused by overflow of rivers during the period it matures. Now, lesson 7. Lesson 7 is about agro ecological zone. Bangladesh is predominantly a land of agriculture. Almost all type of crops grow in Bangladesh, but all crops do not grow in all areas of Bangladesh. Cultivation of crops depend on environment of given area, so it is necessary to know area-wise agro environment to design agricultural activities. That means agro ecological zone is an important aspect in the agricultural activities. We know that in some parts of Bangladesh it rains heavily, while other parts receive light rain or no rain. Somewhere temperature is high and in the other place it is low. Soil is also different in different areas. All these constitute the agro environment. For favorable agro environment, Mango grows well in Rajshahi, lychee in Dinajpur, tea and oranges in Srimangol, and date grows well in Jashore. So, on the basis of soil and climate, Bangladesh has been demarcated in 30 agroecological zones. Agroecological zones in Bangladesh. Lastly, in 1988 to 1989, Bangladesh has been divided into 30 agroecological zones up to Upazila level lately. For agricultural production, crop selections, intercultural operation, control and management of diseases and pests, the agroecological zones is taken into consideration. To determine agroecological zones, certain things like land, agro-weather, soil and water situation are taken into consideration. Each of these factors can be classified again. Example, land is classified into 5 categories. Example, highland, mid-highland, mid-lowland, lowland and extreme lowlands. Agro-weather may be divided into pre-Kharif, Kharif 1, Kharif 2, Rabi and extremely hot weather. Ability of water and moisture is given priority while demarcating agroecological zones. Besides these, the river basins and other natural water reservoirs are taken into account. Considerable factors for soil classifications are sandy, clayey, loomy and their combinations like sandy loam, clayey loam and so on, besides the pH of soil. So this is for our today's class. In the next class, I will discuss about lesson 8, crop variety as per agroecological zones. So thanks for watching this video.
Agroecology is the study of ecological processes applied to agricultural production systems. The prefix agro refers to agriculture. Bringing ecological principles to bear in agroecosystems can suggest novel management approaches that would not otherwise be considered. The term is often used imprecisely and may refer to a science, a movement, a practice. Agroecologists study a variety of agroecosystems, and the field of agroecology is not associated with any one particular method of farming, whether it be organic, integrated, or conventional, intensive or extensive. Although it has much more common thinking and principles with some of the before-mentioned farming systems, agroecologists do not unanimously oppose technology or inputs in agriculture but instead assess how, when, and if technology can be used in conjunction with natural, social and human assets. Agroecology proposes a context or site-specific manner of studying agroecosystems, and as such, it recognizes that there is no universal formula or recipe for the success and maximum well-being of an agroecosystem. Thus, agroecology is not defined by certain management practices, such as the use of natural enemies in place of insecticides, or polyculture in place of monoculture. Instead, agroecologists may study questions related to the four system properties of agroecosystems: productivity, stability, sustainability, and equitability. As opposed to disciplines that are concerned with only one or some of these properties, agroecologists see all four properties as interconnected and integral to the success of an agroecosystem. Recognizing that these properties are found on varying spatial scales, agroecologists do not limit themselves to the study of agroecosystems at any one scale: gene, organism, population, community, ecosystem, landscape, biome, field, farm, community, region, state, country, continent, global. Agroecologists study these four properties through an interdisciplinary lens, using natural sciences to understand elements of agroecosystems such as soil properties and plant-insect interactions, as well as using social sciences to understand the effects of farming practices on rural communities, economic constraints to developing new production methods, or cultural factors determining farming practices. Agroecologists do not always agree about what agroecology is or should be in the long term. Different definitions of the term agroecology can be distinguished largely by the specificity with which one defines the term ecology, as well as the term's potential political connotations. Definitions of agroecology, therefore, may be first grouped according to the specific contexts within which they situate agriculture. Agroecology is defined by the OECD as the study of the relation of agricultural crops and environment. This definition refers to the ecology part of agroecology narrowly as the natural environment. Following this definition, an agroecologist would study agriculture's various relationships with soil health, water quality, air quality, meso and microfauna, surrounding flora, environmental toxins, and other environmental contexts. A more common definition of the word can be taken from Dalgaard et al., who refer to agroecology as the study of the interactions between plants, animals, humans, and the environment within agricultural systems. Consequently, agroecology is inherently multidisciplinary, including factors from agronomy, ecology, sociology, economics, and related disciplines. In this case, the ecology portion of agroecology is defined broadly to include social, cultural, and economic contexts as well. Francis et al. Also expand the definition in the same way, but put more emphasis on the notion of food systems. Agroecology is also defined differently according to geographic location. In the Global South, the term often carries overtly political connotations. Such political definitions of the term usually ascribe to it the goals of social and economic justice. Special attention, in this case, is often paid to the traditional farming knowledge of indigenous populations. North American and European uses of the term sometimes avoid the inclusion of such overtly political goals. In these cases, agroecology is seen more strictly as a scientific discipline with less specific social goals.